Are you new to YouTube and struggling how to figure out how to break up this monotonous single shot image of you talking to the camera the entire time? I had the same problem when I first started with YouTube. And today I'm going to show you a simple, convenient, and free way to do it. Hey there, if you've never been on my channel before, I'm Jarrod Schilling with The Business Technician. I've spent the last decade in the world of small businesses as an owner, operator, and currently as a business consultant. So when I got started out on YouTube, I wanted to find a simple, free, and convenient way to edit my YouTube videos. So currently I use CapCut free version, and it's great, except for the fact that I can't really make slides on it. So as you're going through the video and you see something like this, so I needed to figure out a solution for this. And so I decided to use what I'm pretty familiar with, which is Canva. And again, it's just the free version. So everything we're going to do today is completely free, not even just free trials, but like completely free as of right now. And these tools help to break up the video. And if you do them ahead of time, it really helps you figure out when you're recording the video, especially if you're using a script, like how often do you need to be talking right to the camera? And when can you take breaks and maybe read your script right here while you're having a slide on the screen? So Canva and CapCut are going to be our go-to tools today. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to show you exactly what we need to do on Canva. Okay, so you're going to start here right on canva.com, and what you're going to do is look for presentation as the option to start with. So you can hit create. And then right here, you can see presentations and just click the 16:9 version to get started. I'm not going to open a new one, but I'm just going to show you what I use. So this is from the video I recorded right before this one. And basically what I've done is I like to create which colors I'm going to use. So lately I've been using this color of blue and black. I kind of just like the look of it, and most of the images I use are black as well. So basically what I do is I've got, let's say, an outline of a video script for this. Okay, so I've fully scripted it. I know what the title is. I already have a thumbnail created, but now I want to create some slides to break up the monotony of me just talking into the camera or having to do a bunch of different camera shots, which honestly can get like a little overwhelming especially if you're in a small space. So this is a way I like to break up. So for instance, here, this is everything in white here in this script is me reading. And if we go down here, everything in red is when I'm going to put a slide up, which is kind of nice because I don't always read a full script when I video, but when I do, it can be a lot to try and memorize, or you're constantly cutting the film. So what I do ahead of time is I create my slides here based off of the transcript. And then everything in red means I'm not going to be looking at the camera. So I figured out, so if I'm reading on the video, I read this. And then I know I can just look here and kind of take a break. My brain doesn't have to memorize this entire script or look back and forth at it all the time. So it kind of relieves some of that, a little bit of stress and anxiety that might come from having to try and like do the script plus do the video at the same time. So that's really helpful for doing this. And so you can see here, I've created a slide, step 1, capture everything while moving. So when I'm reading this in red, I know this is going to be appearing on the screen. And then you can just keep adding slides. And a lot of times I'll just copy and paste to create the slide so I have the same coloring. And Canva is good enough to remember, like if you go here to change the color, like it knows what colors you're using here. So it's pretty easy. And you can see everything here I'm doing, and why I created black and blue is because I'm using this blue logo and a black logo here for Super Whisper. And again, going back here, you can see what's in red. I don't need to worry about staring at the camera while I'm reading. So Canva makes this really easy. What I also do, and all this stuff is free. So if you go here and go to like elements and, or actually even photos is another good one. You can see that, like I did one for email. I'll show you this slide over here. So some of these are paid for, like this says pro, so you can't use those. So you're a little limited on the photos you can use, but honestly, there's enough here where you can always come up with something to make it easy for yourself. Let's click that back over. Another thing I always like to do, because at least in CapCut, it's really hard to create shapes. You can kind of create squares in a roundabout way, but it's super annoying. So what I like to do is, for instance, if I want to make the writing interactive on CapCut, so say I use like typewriter, right? And I want it to type across here. What I'll do is I'll create 3 screens, or 4, I should probably have a black one here to be honest with you, that I can use to cover up the entire video screen. And then I can use CapCut to create the text here across if I want that, because then I can add sounds and all that. So maybe I'm saying like, you know, Step 1 is this, and that'll come across. Step 2 is this. Step 3 is this. And so these are nice to have as a backup when you're creating your video and editing it. I like to have as much as possible before I go into edit so that I'm not coming back to Canva and recreating. I like to have everything done ahead of time. It just makes it way easier because then when you import it to CapCut, it's all right there for you. And then what's great about Canva is if you do this share, go to share and download. So it's going to set you to PDF standard. If you just switch this to JPEG, what's nice is it's basically going to I'll show you how this downloads. It's going to download it all in one zip file. And so when you open this on your computer here, it's going to open and have each one of these as its own file, which is awesome because it makes it way easier when you're in CapCut, especially because they're ordered, right? This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so as you're going through and editing your video and looking at the transcript and your video and audio, you can simply add these in there. And there you have it, a very simple and free way to break up the monotony of the single shot YouTube videos that I know I struggled with in the beginning. My name's Jarrod Schilling with The Business Technician, signing off till next time.